Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Good morning, Southern Fried Podcast, and all you cornbread heads out there in the cornbread nation. Good morning.
And Robert is back.
Yes.
Robert is back. We're going to dive in a little bit, literally a little bit here in a minute, talking about Rob's trip. Happy Monday again. Yeah. But we do a shout out on our morning shows. I'm going to do that quick shout out before we get anything and forget. And this morning, Rob, we're going to Mississippi, the great state of Mississippi, and we're going to Why Not, Mississippi. You can see where it's located at in the state. This was an incorporated town at one time, way back in the 1850s, I think 1852. And then somewhere in the 1900s, it unincorporated. But there's still a Why Not community, and there's the Why Not Community Center. And so if you are in the Why Not area, we give you a big salute this morning and say why not? I mean, salute this morning to you. I guess if you're in Why Not, I guess you could say that. You could have some fun with that. And you could say, well, why not? And they say, what do you mean, why not? Well, why not?
I don't want to.
Go to Why Not.
We need to do another very special shout out this morning.
Yes, absolutely.
We've got one of our members, Chris, one of our crew. He's in the hospital. He's having pancreatitis, and they're worried about his gallbladder and such like that. So we need to keep him in our prayers. And I'll tell you what, Dave, let's throw a quick prayer out for him real quick.
Absolutely.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning, and we're asking you to please put your hand on Chris and his wife and all of us and his family, and give us comfort, give him comfort, peace. Be with the doctors, give them the knowledge that they need, guide them, lead them, and let's bring him back home safe and sound and healthy. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask these things in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen. Get well, Chris. Love you, brother.
Love you, Chris. Get straightened out there, Bubba.
I had a lot of prayer requests come in this weekend, or several, and updates on some. So a lot of people I know that are a lot going on, and prayers answered. I mean, you came back safe and sound. Well, I don't know if you're sound, but you're safe.
Yeah.
Just a couple of quick things before, because I do want to get into your trip, and just mention a couple things real quick by way of housekeeping a little bit. Don't forget, tonight is Mama Said. Monday night, we'll be recording Mama Said. We've got an important interview coming this week. You'll be hearing more about that. Our new store is open. There was no old store, but it's a new store, and it's open. Links are provided, and we are open for business, Rob. And so people can go on there, and I'm fixing to order me a mug and a hat. Looking forward to that. And in case you missed it, we had a new show debut last night, the SFP News Desk, Conservative Christian, and I'll be looking for that each Sunday night at 9 p.m. As we get closer to the election. And I just want to say, in the state of Georgia, we're about 71 days away from the election day, but less than that for early voting. And you still have time to register in the state of Georgia. Most states you probably do. We gave that date last night. I think that is October 7th, if I remember right, in the state of Georgia. There are some things. You have to be a U.S. citizen, have to be at least 17 and a half years old, be 18 the day to be able to vote by election day. You have to be a registered, living in the county that you're registering in, all those things. And there's a couple of, you can't have, you can't be a felon and stuff. So if you're not registered to vote, please register. It's important that we vote. This is getting down to crunch time. And if you're registered, vote. It's real simple, Rob. Yeah. Either register to vote if you're eligible, if you can, And if you're registered, or if you register, vote. And it's a really important time, but we cover those things. So just wanted to get those 2 or 3 things in real quick.
Yes. It's important to vote. Y'all don't ever lose that. That's one of our rights in this country. And everybody says, don't get on my rights. Well, here's a right. Vote. Don't let nobody take it away from you. Make your vote count. Get out there and do it. Don't
from the weekend.
Vote your conscience.
Yeah, absolutely. Pray about things, study things. We had a lot of great comments come in last night, and people how they how they felt about things, and we'll let all those ideas be on the screen if it's clean. It's a family program, but I thought it was very well done by our guest who came in and chatted. I thought they did a wonderful job. Just real quick, because we're going to spend the bulk of this hour talking about the trip, and Robert's got a video is going to show. Let's get a couple of other things out there, and then we'll just move into the trip. Rob, it's going to be, I don't know about for you, but we had a little cooling, but it's going to be hot for the next week, and then we're going to drop off. I think the last of the 90s will be this week here. We're going to be in the mid to upper 90s through some of this week, and then we kind of drop off. I think by next Wednesday, a week from Wednesday, I think we drop down to 70s and 60s at night. Oh, it's going to be nice. I can't wait. There is some rain out there this week. There's hence some of those rising temperatures and stuff. And hey, in sports news, now the Braves kind of won some and lost some, but the big loser of the weekend, Florida State Seminoles losing to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Wow. In Ireland, of all places. And the kicker, the punter, it was the field goal kicker for Georgia Tech. He's from Ireland, so he was playing before the home crowd. He had missed one, but he came back and redeemed himself. They beat the Seminoles. That was an upset. So football has officially kicked off. There were some other smaller games this week. The Dogs will be on tap at 12 p.m. All the teams will get in action. All the preseason is wrapped up now. We're again moving towards the NFL. So this is a fun time of the year, moving into that, getting ready to move into fall. And I love it, Rob. I just love it.
Yes. I got my hat on already.
Yeah, no doubt. And just late last week, kind of wrapping up a couple things. It was big news as RFK Jr. again, he stopped his campaign and joined the Trumpster and came out and supported him. So 71 days, folks. And by the way, I'll go ahead and warn you, there's a lot of money to be spent. So get ready for all of your news feeds and everything you do online or wherever you go. It's going to be politics. You're going to be sick of it by the end of the next 71 days. It's going to inundate your news. It's going to inundate everything you do online. They're going to find a way to attach, Rob, something about the election. It's going to be endless. And there is hundreds of millions of dollars to be spent by both campaigns, and they're going to do it. So get ready for the silly season because we're
and get ready for the polls. Let's talk about polls just a second. Both sides will be telling you that they're killing the other side. There's no need to get out and vote.
Yeah,
they're killing them. We're killing them. It's just going to be, oh yeah, it's going to be a blue wave. It's going to be a red wave. It's going to be this. It's going to get out and vote. Vote your conscience. Don't fall for that hogwash. They holler, get out and vote. What they're saying is we want our side to get out and vote. And we don't need to be a nation of sides. Just get out and vote.
That's right. Everybody. Well, Rob, we had you left out early last Friday, and we got some videos in, and we posted some of those videos. We had a weird live front porch, and we had to reset it. I think Rob got excited on the beach, and except for Rumble, he killed the live.
I'm sorry.
but I said, I was like, okay, bye, Robert. And then all of a sudden I look up and it said live ended. I went, you just killed the live. No problem. We came back in. Both of those. The part one is about 4 or 5 minutes long, and then the rest of it, the bulk of the 2 hours is right there. Those are all out there. So see all the videos, see the pictures. Thanks for the pictures. It looked like a great time had by all. You were there with your sister, her husband, I think. Appreciate you checking in. Jen came in a lot in the chat on the front porch talking. We had a good time talking about hymns in the church, and playing instruments in the church, had a good time, among other things that we talked about. But Rob, go ahead. We've got some time, except for maybe a couple of commercials we're going to run. Tell us about your trip. I mean, you went to the beach.
Yeah. Well, as a fat guy, I very much like the water. That is where I frolic. I do
Frolic.
frolic in the water. I've always enjoyed underwater stuff. Ever since I was a kid, I've been going out here to this jetty down at St. Andrews. So for me, it's like coming home. But yeah, I took a GoPro this time for the first time into the water with me. Unfortunately, most of my videos were filmed at high speed. I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute. When Chris gets
Were
home
you,
from the hospital, I'll let him.
were you trying to look like Aquaman or the underwater version of the $6 million man? Moving really
These
fast.
things go fast, dude. It'll make you seasick. If you have motion sickness, don't watch these when I show them. But here, let's throw one up there. Boom. Now, yeah, these are rocks that they make the jetty with, and this is to kind of quell the water going into the bay and stuff. And it also makes what we call the kiddie pool. So this is done on the inside of the jetty down there, and yeah, there's actually sound. This right here, where'd he go? That's a little skunk fish. There's your little wrasse. I don't know why it's running so choppy this morning. It wasn't running choppy last night. You'll see plenty of jellyfish in this thing. These are oblongs. Let's see. Well, where'd they go? Quit it. I got to talk to this thing. Well, I didn't mean to back up that far. You can see all these over here, these little blobs here. You'll see a lot more of them. Those are jellyfish. Those are oblongs. They don't sting. So if you go down to Florida and you see the oblongs, don't worry about it. There's one right there in the screen. There's my wrasses down there again. There is a really cool thing to see in this picture, in this video here in just a second. There's a little crab there. And then there's dorkfish. That's my brother-in-law, the dorkfish. And we leapfrog down there on the jetty. If someone stops in to look at something, you just go around them and go up to the next spot. And you get up into the rocks. There's a little angelfish. You'll see some more of them. This one right here. Let's see. That one right there is a powder brown tang. These are common in the fish stores and stuff. It's a very beautiful fish. I didn't know it was a powder brown tang because, believe it or not, the GoPro gets a better image than you do. Water was a little bit murky by this time, but it actually got some good footage. I followed him along for a little bit. I don't know why this video is being so choppy this morning. Then I got to go up through the crack, see what's on the other side of it. There's a big old mullet snuck in. And then, let's see, where's he at? Little angelfish there. There's a devil damsel. Let's see if we can get some foot. There he is. A little Christmas wrasse right there. He's pretty. They're not very common to find, and that was a good shot of him. But you go out on these jetties, and you don't know what you'll see. It's got so much life in it, and it's man-made. There you go. That was my little buddy that showed up, a little barracuda. Everybody's got those listed up there, like with jaws and stuff, but they're not that bad. And that guy's not that big. So, but I do sneak back up on him. That's a pretty cool sea down there. And you got to go back through the crack and over the top. And let's see. I got to get back in my dork. I think I got stuck right there. Like I said, I'm fat. Now, this is probably the same barracuda. It's hard to tell, but you can see he had some different stripage on him there. He got around there in the dark hole, and he took off. I lost my buddy. And he swam right up under my dorkfish. But yeah, just something different. This isn't, like I said, this kind of stuff isn't for everybody, but uh, it is definitely one of my things. Uh, let's see if I can do this right here. Y'all will enjoy this, if as long as you don't get motion sickness. All right, let me stop sharing my screen here. Yeah. I can't believe I did this, Dave. I spent hours down there, hours and hours, and I got 2.5 minutes right now until Chris gets out and I can slow this thing down. Oh, let's see. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You talk about booking it, dude. I was moving. Look how fast I swim in the water. That's the way all my other videos turned out. But you can see there's a lot of life on these reefs and stuff. That one was trying to attack me. But yeah, and I'll go back through. I won't put y'all through that too much. I just had to show that. That's what I did. But I'll get that slowed down.
Looked like
But
the weather was really good from the videos I seen from the shore and
oh yeah,
from the beach. Looked like the weather was really, really good.
yeah. I didn't really want to be walking around taking too much video on the shore with my GoPro or my phone because then people, some people just don't want to be recorded, and I was trying to be respectful of that. So yeah, I took some pictures, and I'll have some more pictures coming up. Um, this was my first time with the GoPro in the water, so I think the footage on it turned out pretty stinking well.
Yeah.
It did good. So, and those things are waterproof down to 30 meters, I think. And I'm not going that deep. That's about 90 feet. Epileptic ain't going that deep in the water, even with
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah. It's pretty good ways down,
Yeah.
you know.
But where we were, it was, that was actually our second trip out on the day. When we went out the first time, dummy me left the GoPro in the truck, which was about half a mile away. And I didn't really want to walk all the way back up there after hauling everything else down to the beach. You know, anymore, you can't just take some chairs and an umbrella. You got to take canopies and
Yeah, I
coolers.
was talking about that. There's a lot of and restrictions too on some beaches about what you can have, and
Yeah,
they police that and they'll write you a ticket. I mean, you have to be some things you just can't have anymore
yeah,
because either
but
don't want you to block views or block access, or also sometimes they have their own things where they're charging a fee out there and they don't want competition on that. Just being honest, I mean,
yeah. But we go when I go to Panama City. When I actually go to the beach, I don't go anywhere near the condos. Uh, I like to be able to see, and without the views, without the condos all around.
yeah,
St. Andrews State Park is wonderful. There's no condos out there. There is a bunch of people out there. That's where most of the people that live in Panama City go. But there's a lot of the wildlife is amazing. You've got all the birds and everything. Um, they keep the beaches up really nice. The crowd's a little bit more laid back. It's more family oriented. Um, whereas up the beach around the condos and stuff, generally you have a lot of kids and stuff like that. And the kids got to have a place to go. But if you're old like we are, we don't necessarily want to be around all that racket. So it's a very nice place to go. And I've got some. Well, I think most of my video that I shot some for Pineapple Willies because I was having a virgin daiquiri. Um, but that's just me and my choice. But I shot some there. I was able to shoot some down at the pirate ship.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't think that's from there. I think that was on the first day there.
No, I'm just some of the pictures you sent, and
Yeah, that was that Pineapple Willie's there. It's a pretty nice place too. Uh, yeah, all that's there's up at Pineapples. Oh,
very nice.
you can see that water out on the. I call this the swimming side of the ocean, not the inside of the jetty. Look how clear that is.
Yeah,
We were swimming out there on Saturday evening on the beach side, and they did have the stinger flags up. Um, they have a flag system in Florida, and the purple ones are sea life, stinging sea life. They're warning you that there's jellyfish in. And we got out, and I've been in the oblongs all day, and you bump them, you touch them, and you don't think nothing about it. And I was still in that mode, and we got out on the ocean side, and I bumped one, and I didn't think nothing about it. And I looked down, and it was not a oblong; it was what they call a sea nettle, which is why they had the flags up. He didn't welt me up, but he let me know he was there. So
what
yeah,
are for those that don't know, what are some of the colors and the flags, and what do they mean?
okay. When you have a blue flag, everything's good. Don't worry about it. You're good. No riptides, no nothing. You very seldom see that. The yellow flags are be careful. Be caution. Riptides, you could have high surf. It's just something out there in the water to be careful about. And then they add the purple flag underneath. You've got dangerous sea life, or what could be considered dangerous sea life in the area. And then it goes into red. And you need to stay out of water when it's red. And they got red with the line through it. You don't go in the water. When they start putting those big warnings up, stay out unless you know exactly what you're doing and you've got the gear on to handle it, like fins, and don't try to fight it barefoot. But even with fins, if it's got the red with the line through it, stay out. That means do not enter. Don't do it. Red, warning, stop.
Yeah, there's people go on vacation every year, and there'll be deaths
Yeah.
almost, I guess, about every year where people ignore the flags, and next thing you know, somebody or two people are missing, and they're hollering for help, and they're just gone.
Yeah.
And I know this. I'm not an expert, but I know they say to swim along the coast and just till you can kind of get back. People try to fight against it and they lose. But
Yeah.
if you can swim parallel to the coast, the shore, and keep working your way back slowly, you'll eventually come out of it, unless it's really severe. But people panic and they just try to fight it, and they're just gone. It's tremendously sad, but also they're putting people at risk to try to rescue you. And sometimes that's where people die too.
Yeah.
There was one a few weeks ago, and one guy, he made it back. The other one did not. And I think a guy went out to try to help his cousin or whatever, and he died as well. And so three in the water. Well, three that got caught up in it. Two died. One made it out, and one of them was trying to rescue.
Yeah. Now I'm sorry. I'm a tad bit colorblind. I said blue. It's green is calm, good, safe.
Okay.
Or it says calm conditions at low hazard. Yellow's medium hazard. Red is high hazard, rough conditions. Double red, water closed to public use. So if they got two red flags up, it's closed. Stay out. If they got a red flag up, it's not exactly safe. It's hazardous conditions.
But some people just
Yellow,
don't even look at the flags. They just go.
yeah. Oh, when I was younger, I was like that. I didn't ever looked at the flags. But I've been going down there my whole life, and I know number one, you don't fight a rip current; you just swim with it.
Yeah.
You'll get out of it eventually. But how far out are you going to be when you get out of it? That's where this flag system comes in. If you're not a strong swimmer or something, don't get out there. Don't put yourself in that position.
I
It's
think
not worth.
I think we've all seen those videos too of even up on the shore. They don't realize how far sometimes some waves will come in, and they'll get a little bit further down in there. Next thing you know, a really good wave comes in, takes them out, and they get to fighting it, and and people having to rescue them right there on the shore because of powerful waves. And maybe they're older, maybe they're kind of chunkier. We understand that, and they're fighting against it, and they're rolling in the thing, and it's pulling them, and I mean, you
Yeah.
see those too. People think I seen one last night. There was somebody sitting in a lawn chair. They thought they were good where they're at. The water would just come up their feet. Next thing you know, it just wipes them out. It just flips
Yeah.
them over the back of the chair and wipes them out. And
Yeah.
they were able to get out, but people just don't understand the power of water.
And see, you were probably watching that video and were like, is that Robert? I hope Robert has a video like that.
Well, no, it was a female, so I knew it wasn't you,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, people don't understand. So got to keep an eye on kids. Fatigue sets in, like you
Especially,
said, yeah. So
but when that tide's coming in is when you really got to watch it. Going out's not too bad, but once that tide's coming in, it starts moving up. It'll move up quicker than what you think it will. And since a big wave's up there, it starts going
and
out. A lot of times you have rip tides, but be
depending
careful.
on where you're at, more early morning and late in the evening, there you could have some shark activity and people panic. But it's a feeding time. Most of the time, not going to be bothered. But know your times. Kind of know that's their habitat. It's not yours; it's theirs. And so every year you have some people get attacked by sharks. That gets a lot of news. That gets all over. And next thing you know, people think killer sharks have come in, and there's it's Jaws all over again. When it's sharks doing their deal.
It drives me crazy. I mean, like you said, you're going into their habitat where they live. All these critters, from the stingers and the jellyfish and the stingray, all of that stuff lives where you're going. You're going into their house. Don't leave your trash out there in their house. Don't do whatever out there in their house. I mean, but when you're out there, be respectful and be having a little bit of knowledge about it. Look into it a little bit. Sharks come in usually dusk and dawn. That's generally when they're going to be feeding. Not saying they won't be out there the rest of the time. They got permission to be in their house anytime they want to, but just some common sense will go a long way.
If you're not comfortable with it, just do the beach thing and swim at the pool at the hotel. There's always a lot of people do that. They do the pool and they just go to the beach for the feel the waves on their feet, getting some sun, play some frisbee, whatever on the beach, whatever. Do the beach thing. So you got to have a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of common sense when you go into that habitat. You got to know that area too. I mean, you got to know how the water and the waves and all the tide works in that area where you're at. It's different all over Florida. It's different, and Alabama, Mississippi, wherever you're at.
Yeah, but that's the basics on it. I mean, watch your flags. They'll tell you how it's doing. Just watch them. They got warnings there. I actually heard people. I heard one lady this weekend, and I'm not going to call where she was from because I did ask. Well, that ocean water's just too salty. It's salt water. And you're going to complain about it being salty? Stop it. You stop it.
You're going to find out how salty if you go in with a little nick or a cut on your skin. You'll find out real quick just how salty it is. Let's say we run a commercial too, Rob. I'm going to refill my coffee mug, or you just talk while I go.
Let's run our commercial.
Yeah, I'm gonna refill my coffee mug.
All right, let's do it.
Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we ask you to join us each Monday night for one of our very special programs, Mama Said. About 7 p.m. each Monday, we'll be talking about those things that Mama has said, or does say, or that we just remember that she said, for those of us who have lost our moms. Sometimes we laugh. Sometimes we think of the things that we did that made our moms mad. Sometimes we think of those things we wish we could hear Mama say again. Even when she was telling us to go get the hickory. Hey, we loved our moms, and we appreciate all the things that Mama said. This is one of the things that the Southern Fried Podcast is built its foundation on, was programs like this, Mama Said. So join us. Send us those notes of what your mama said. Maybe she said some things that are a little different than what our mom said. We'd like to include that in the program. We're thankful for our moms. God was good to us to give us the wonderful gift of moms in our life. So join us each Monday night for the Southern Fried Podcast. Very special program, Mama Said. Thank you so much for watching.
I was trying to do another one.
Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. As part of our Main Street program, we're highlighting businesses in small town America. This week, we're interviewing Angie from Angie's Decatur Diner. Tune in to hear her interview.
I got it.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of views on that commercial, and we're going to run that again. We'll post that again a couple of times at different times so it can get out there again. I have a phone call that's supposed to come in today. Another business who's honestly struggling to survive in North Georgia, and they're giving it till Christmas. And I really respect how they did this and how what they're trying to do. And they gave a dollar figure by day that they need to make it. That's not information you always see, and I highly respect these folks. And I've reached out to them to say, hey, let us help. I don't know if we can, but we will certainly try. We don't want anything. It's kind of people think you're wanting something. They jumped right back and said, absolutely, we would love that. They do some local advertising. I'm sure that's cost them a little bit of money, and we're doing it. We just do it, Rob. We just help people. And just already on Facebook, just me forwarding this out along with some other people has put some attention on it. I'm going to get over there this week and give them a little business and myself. And then today, hopefully, we're going to set up a time that we can interview them and do a promo for their business. And it's a bookstore. Hey, I love books, man. So, there's some big, powerful bookstore in the region, and happy for their business. But this is one that's they're in a small town, and that is absolutely what we're looking at, Rob, is these small businesses that are just trying to make it. And there were some people that come in there and they were kind of pick at them from afar and say, location, you need great location and all this. And I'm thinking, if you got a great business, they'll find you, and I think if we just put a spotlight on it, they can be a boost there. But what I find with online, I find two kinds of people. I find those that really care and have a concern, and I have those that are just jerks. That's what I see. And I'll say it. You got a certain element, a certain segment that's every day they look to rain on somebody's parade.
Yeah.
And it's not constructive criticism even. There are people that want to give help and say, hey, maybe try this. I'm talking about people, Rob, they're just jerks. I'm sorry. Yeah. It brings out the worst in some people. And I know a couple of them. And they are in there every day. They're like piranhas out there just swimming around out there online, and they're looking for some unsuspecting sweet person that they can just latch under their throat and just try to ruin their day and mock them and make fun of them. That's sad, man. It just makes me mad. But what we were doing, we were looking for people to help, and we're going to try to do that. And I hope that Miss Angie's business continues to do good. She said she had a faithful, they're hanging in even with higher prices, and they're hanging in there. If you're in the Decatur, Tennessee area, stop in and see Angie at Angie's Decatur Diner. And you'll get, it's just traditional little diner. And let the chains be the chains, but support small business. And nothing against chains. We appreciate them. Hey, I like to go into some of the steakhouses and stuff, but I will support small business, and I know the hard work that goes in. So thank you for playing that little promo. I really enjoyed our time with her, and she had worked all day long. Literally, Rob locked the doors, cleaned up, and then did an interview with us.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, and she had just a wonderful sunshine of a disposition, and was awesome throughout the 20 minutes or so that we spent with her. And then was tired going home. So if we can be a help or announce a community event you're having, let us know. As long as it's something that's family oriented, there might be a couple of things out there we might not want to talk about. It'd have to be extreme, but most things we will. So, all right, we're back. And
a little bit when, a lot of these people that come online, say, you got to have a great location. If you don't have a great location, you don't have anything and all this stuff. Can't everybody afford the best location? It's expensive. And you know, yeah, if you ain't got that much money, you take what you can get. And you know,
That's
and we
right.
don't need criticism over it. All right, you know, I mean, they're doing what they can do. And another thing, on any interview that you see us do, or commercial, or anything like that, nobody paid us to do that.
No
No,
money.
we don't accept
No
money
money.
for that. We just do it because we want to. And if you want to be on this show, you want a commercial on here, contact us. Reach out. We
Yeah.
got emails and everything else. We'll be happy to come by do an interview. We want to highlight people and the businesses and everything around us, and we want to be a benefit to our communities. And we don't consider just our communities. Our communities, as far as we're concerned, run all across this country. Big, little,
Absolutely.
here. We want
Absolutely.
we want to highlight you, not the and we don't want anything for it. Just share us, you know, and we're happy. Cut a promo.
Yeah. Cut a promo. Share us out on the socials. Uh, we send the link to after it's completed, and we tell them to use it however they want.
Yeah.
They can run that on their social media streams, and it's a benefit for them. But you know, I felt like sometimes when we talk about our partnership with the Animal Rescue Alliance, we're not getting any money for that. We're trying to help them. We're trying to get them some
Yeah,
money.
we want to help them. Help them
Uh,
those
adopt some animals, send some supplies or donations. That's what we're after.
and actually they have gotten some kittens out this week. I saw two or three.
Yeah, yeah.
So I thought that
That last group of kittens you highlighted. Wow, they were different looking. I mean, the coloring, the face, the eyes, the names. That was pretty interesting. You know, I thought that
yeah,
was cool.
you know. But you know, we're here to be a benefit to our communities and not it. And we love it. We love it. Like when we get the festivals going, I know right here in Colquitt here next year, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go to the Mayhaw Festival. And a lot of y'all don't even know what a Mayhaw is, but I'll explain it then. If you want some good jelly. Mm.
Yeah, well, go and try to next year set up at a couple of festivals and just interview people and talk to people about different things and get some footage of it and that we can share out. Parades, we'll try to get you some parade. We go Christmas time will be coming. We'll try to get a couple of Christmas parades in a couple of areas. If you
Personally,
want
I
to,
think if we're gonna set up like some of these festivals and stuff, we need to get a booth. We'll throw us a canopy up.
oh yeah, yeah, we're going to do that absolutely. We'll pay the little fee or whatever it is to be there
Yeah.
and support them, and we'll set up and hopefully, Rob, we can have some things like bumper stickers and other things that we can give to our guests, you know, that come on the program with us, and just get a kind of the lay of the land of what's going on at the festival. I'm definitely going to be a part of a couple up this way in the fall winter. Not before it gets extreme cold. There's a couple things coming I want to be a part of. So absolutely, absolutely.
That'll be fun, dude. We go around do interviews.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Good morning, brother Earl. Good to have you in
Yeah, he
here.
snuck in here on us.
Yeah,
I
some
told
people
him
have
good morning.
slept in on it. We had several in here. They're probably asleep. We kept them up late last night. Oh, they'll join in with us this week. Um,
And don't forget, this Friday, we're going to have the hardest working man in Chatsworth on here, Daniel, aka Sugar Bridges.
Rob, I
And
just want
David,
you to know. I
David
just
found
want you to
some
know.
walls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I just want you to know. In your absence,
yeah.
I did tell him just because you were out, I was going to make an exception, and I greeted him as that. You were gone. I said this one time in
You
honor of
made
you,
his
and
day.
and Rob's not here. I gave him good morning sugar britches. I did. I said this
There
one
you
time
go.
I'm going to do that. So that's for Daniel. He loved it.
You made his day. Oh, we
Oh
got to get there.
man,
And one of these days, we're going to have Brother Hester on here. We're going to do. We got some other stuff in the works here that we're going to work on. Some different type programming, and also like we're going to try to get some more fishing stuff up. If y'all didn't know this, I'm an avid fisherman. And that right there is my fishing partner, old brother Hester there. We was wrestling partners. Now we're fishing partners. We done got old. Don't say it.
I'm not saying a word. I'll let Earl say it.
I was the good looking.
Well, we have fishing footage, but unfortunately, there was a lot of foul in it. No, not birds. Language.
Look, we can beat most of that out. I lost one right at the boat. It ain't my fault. If we went to beep all that out, all you would hear would be beepity beep 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 beep. You know, no, I don't like losing one. What? We old? You old? I ain't old. Don't you go there. What you talking about? It's we stuff. Don't you be putting me in your basket. Uh.
By the way, are you sore today after being in the water? If not been doing that for a bit, or
Yeah,
a little muscle weary, you might say.
yeah, a little muscle fatigue. Yeah, a little
You'll
bit.
be
We
you'll be
spent some hours
recuperating.
out there yesterday and Saturday, and yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm not gonna say I ain't feeling it. I got this
And you
though.
and you know what's waiting on you.
Huh?
You know what's waiting on you. It's been waiting on you since you
Tylenol?
left. The
Tylenol?
grass.
Huh?
The
Great.
grass.
Actually, I came in yesterday. I was expecting to see a jungle, and it's not that bad. It's been so dry. The grass has kind of slowed down.
Got a few weeks left of that.
I was expecting it to be like out in Oklahoma and looking at some corn and it being as high as an elephant's eye. But no, not quite.
As high as an elephant's eye. I don't know if I've heard that one before. As
You
high
got
as
the
an
corn
elephant's
is
eye.
as high as an elephant's eye. You had never heard the Oklahoma?
If I have, I've forgotten, man.
Oh my gosh. Now, how
I,
is it that I know a classic show tune like that and you don't?
I didn't really watch those kind of things. My mom did, and sometimes I would catch portions of it. There is a couple that I can remember watching, but I wasn't really into those kinds of things.
Hmm.
Give me a good western, and I'm good. The movies, musicals, and not really my gig, man.
Okay.
Now I did watch. What's the one that Dick Van Dyke was in, and they did a lot of singing. He did a couple, three like
Poppins?
that. I did see that one, and there's another one. It's Mary Poppins, but it seemed
Kitty
like he
Kitty
was in
Bang
another
Bang?
one. Yeah, I saw that one. I saw that one too. It's been decades since I've saw them, but
Yeah.
um, a lot of people like what is it, The Sound of Music and stuff. People like I never was really into that. It's okay. Oklahoma, my mom loved that, and I saw it on, but I wasn't really into it. It just that was a big thing back in the 50s, 60s, maybe. Then it sort of changed, but that was big. You know,
Yeah.
what's that one I remember? Bed knobs and broomsticks, or whatever they call that.
I
Uh,
don't
that
think I don't think we could talk about that one on here.
it was a classic. And the beds flying around, and had a little magic in there. It was a kids movie.
Okay,
Um,
no, I've never seen that one.
Robert, where's your brain at this morning? We're gonna,
I'm a little bit out there still. I'm just waiting. I'm just saying, it just sounded bad. And I wasn't, I can hear my wife in there. Y'all, I feel sorry for my wife. She missed me so much over this weekend. She had this whole house to herself and it was nice and quiet and peaceful. And she told me, she said, I'm so glad you're home. I miss you so much, and it just made my heart feel good. And
it's getting a little soupy in here.
I'm
She
waiting to
was,
see if the phone on
she
in
was,
there.
she
Listen
was,
to it.
pro-
I'll have to pay.
she was probably like, "Man, this is nice, man. I get the house to myself. Me and the cats,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have fun." I mean, she was all in that Friday night. I think she was feeling pretty good, man. Like it was. She said, I asked her why she wasn't at the beach. She said, the beach is not really my thing. She's more of a mountain girl. She said so.
Yeah.
She missed you, but I think she enjoyed. You know,
She missed me, but her aim's getting better.
it's kind of like the ladies. There are some people their marriages work really well because of the way their husband works, and there are those people who absolutely love that their husband is a over the road truck driver, and they're gone for days, maybe even a week or two at a time, and then come in for days. And they say that's what makes it work for them.
Yeah. Well, maybe I need to go spend days or weeks at a time down at the beach.
Now, I don't think that works for you.
What?
The cats will set up shop and take over, man. You can't. You have to stay there to keep Chuck at bay and all that. You know, you can't let the cats take over. You know, they already think they're in charge. You know.
Y'all can't see this, but this is the first time my head's been all one color in a while. I got a little bit of sun on it. Yeah. So, and in doing that, just so you know, I have gotten this crease right here in the front of my head. What is that show where they look like they got the big bulbous, like on Star Trek or something? They got the big bulbing forehead and stuff.
Talking about Klingons.
So, but that makes my wife love me all the more. Get my hat on straight. She really, you know, I'm so happy for my wife that she's got all this for a husband, you know, and she's really blessed. What, baby? She said it's getting deep in here. You know,
Well,
she's well and truly blessed and got all this for her husband, all these good looks. And
I said it was getting soupy.
Yeah. I mean, God well and truly blessed her.
Oh.
She can't even say words in there. She's so tore up.
Did the cats miss you?
No.
Cats don't miss anybody. They have their own attitude.
She says she's trying to get her feet through the sludge in there now. No, the cats did not miss me. Jenny said Chuck was looking for me. He must have been hungry or something. That's all he was after.
Well, cats only miss you when they want you for something, and then they're done with you. You know, it's like, okay, go away. I'm good. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I like that about them. They're independent. You know, they're not needy like a dog. You know, a dog's like, oh baby, oh baby. That's if they could talk. That's all they'd say.
Cats reach their people quota pretty early in the day. You know, their interaction with humans. Pretty early in the day, cats reach that limit. You know,
that's because they've been up all night playing and being like a herd going through the house, knocking stuff down, waking you up, and all this other stuff. If you try to go somewhere in the middle of the night, you got to trip over them, or they've puked in the floor and you step in it barefooted, and then you got to go back through and clean the mess up and everything.
That's a nice thought on a Monday morning.
I'm sorry, but that is, if you own cats, you've done it and you understand it. It's a part of having a cat. They're polite, you know. If they have to do that, they do it in front of the bedroom door, you know, so you can find it. It's just like bringing you gifts. They'll do that too. They will. They'll bring you a dead
bird. They do.
And for you to clean up. But they're not doing it for you to clean up. They're bringing you your part. Cats are polite.
Yeah, well, they're moody. There's no doubt about it. They're moody.
You gotta quit. You gotta quit dissing my kitty cats here. They're very polite.
I just said in general.
Oh. Yeah, the cats are the general of the house.
I was thinking, you said a couple of weeks ago, you made this statement that you have, I think you said 21 feet of cat tree or whatever you call it for them to climb. Yeah. You missed that by about 5 feet, 10 inches because they climb you too.
Cats.
Well, they climb you when they can.
Chuck
get on your shoulder. Yeah, so you could add to that. It's a little over 30 feet because I know they're climbing on you sometimes.
Not so much. They're like you said, they're kind of do their own thing. When Chuck was little, he liked to climb. He'd climb up my leg and all the way up to my shoulder. But no, he's gotten older. He don't care. Just leave me alone. When I want you, I'll come to you, sir.
Oh, he says, "Sir."
Yeah. Yeah. He
Salute.
knows who's really in charge.
The cat paw salute.
Yeah, he
Aye,
knows
aye,
who's really
aye, aye,
in charge.
sir.
Yeah. Everybody says sir to me in the house. It's pretty nice.
Boy, it's getting deep on a Monday morning.
Well, it's got to go somewhere. It's Monday morning. I'm just getting back from Florida. I'm up and going and at 'em and excited, and I got to spend the rest of the day recouping. It was kind of y'all don't realize it. Crawling them rocks down there, you use your arms, your legs, and everything else, and you're pulling yourself through these cracks, and you're trying to get under everything and see everything that you can. And it's a long way to swim, and we start at the beginning and we go all the way to the end, and that's what we did yesterday or Saturday. And where you at? Because you ain't got to swap no tanks. You just keeps right on snorkeling.
For those that don't know, Rob sent me a message, and it was very gibberish.
That was voice to text, dude.
I laughed. I thought, wow, they're having a good time down there in Florida.
Oh my gosh, that was absolutely amazing.
It made absolutely no sense, but I thought, well, it probably did to him.
No, let's see, where was that?
Oh, I don't. That was Saturday, I think. I mean,
that was on Facebook. I sent you that. Oh my gosh! And I was doing talk to text, and then when I went back and read it, I was like, no, that's not what I was saying there. No.
I said somebody's enjoying some daiquiris.
No. Was that? I sent it to you and Cook, didn't I?
I think so. It was. I was like, okay. Having a good time on the Saturday down at the Redneck Riviera.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to send it to you, him. Where did I send that? There's the kangaroo one.
Yeah, I don't remember now. I'll have to.
You got to find that. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, I'll have to find it.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Here we go. This is what came out. Okay, guys. We'll hear all the swim inside the St. Andrews swimming over, and it's north of Overett through Jaded this morning. I'm late. I've got some food. I don't know. It's kind of murky. So who's your female pictures?
All right. Okay. I don't even know how to decipher that. This message could have been used during World War II at the Battle of Midway. The Japanese would have never understood it. They'd be like, female pictures? What's the code? What is the code here? What do they say? Is it attack or not?
There were females there, but I took no female pictures, just for the record.
Okay. I was sitting here going, I didn't see no pictures.
Yeah. Where's the female pictures? There's no pictures in this. That one. That was one of my better ones. Of course, keep in mind it is breezy on the beach, and there was no video with this. It was just a voice, and the little voice to text thing was like, bah! It was not interested in me.
There's a whole thing that's covered where people you can look up where people have tried to send either texting, they're actually texting it, or speech to text, and they don't proofread what they put and they send it, and it's hilarious.
That is exactly what I did here. I just voiced the text and then hit send, and then I realized it, and then I started sending actual voice messages. Oops. We don't
Well,
want
like
my
I said,
business stopped out. Yeah, but
yeah.
and let me throw let me throw one more thing out about Florida out to everybody. Florida is a very fun trip. You will enjoy yourself if you like the water. If you don't like the water and the sand, especially around Panama City, they've opened up some stuff that is very nice. Like at Pier Park, that is amazing. I love what they've done there. And it's right straight across the road from the pier. If you've ever been to Panama City, you probably know exactly where I'm talking about. That didn't used to be there. And they've opened this whole area up, and it's nice little boutique shops. They got restaurants. Uh, what is it? They've got a Margaritaville there. They've got all these neat little shops and stores, coffee shops. I mean, it's just fun. Just go up and down and just window shop, hang out. They got eateries, drinkeries. I mean, it's kind of like going to Gatlinburg and all the little shops up there. And put it that way. But it's all compressed and compact, and it's just very nice. And I really like what they've done there. I like capitalism and that area there. There's a lot of ways that they could have done it, and the way they did it is very nice. There's plenty of parking and everything. So let me give them a shout out for that because it's nice. It's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, you should take your girls down there, the grand girls.
Well, we might. We tend to go mountains. I mean, we do, but we have went to St. Simon's, and not all of us, but some of us. But maybe.
St. Simon's is. I love the Georgia coast. Sorry. I love the Georgia coast. That's a little bit of vacation from the weekend kicking in there. Sorry. Uh, but if you the difference in the water to me between the Georgia coast and the Gulf Coast is a millionfold. I
Well,
love it.
and I get it, but two things: one, we didn't get in the water; we just got our feet wet, and two, I had free housing on St. Simon's.
Ah, okay.
That decided that's a big part of your trip
Oh yeah.
is where you're staying, and I was blessed to be able to go, and I said you don't have to pay anything. It was a real blessing, so did enjoy that. But the amount of time it took you to get where you went, I can be in the mountains. And
Yeah.
so it's just easy for us to make that trip, but one of these days we will. One of these days
Well,
we'll
you
get
got a
back
place
to
right
doing
here
it.
that's just a few hours away from you where you come here and crash the night before. Huh.
Yeah.
Just saying. You got free housing on the way down.
Chuck might not like that.
Chuck can get over it. He is all over the stranger danger right now. It's under the couch. So, with a name like Chuck Norris, you'd think he'd be braver. But he's a scaredy cat.
It reminds me of in the movie Patton, where Patton has the dog. He's called him William the Conqueror, and the little dog barks at him. He goes and hides behind Patton. He said, "You're not William. You're Willie." He loved the dog, but he said, "You're Willie. You're
You're
not
Willie.
brave."
Yeah. That's the way Chuck is. He's not brave. He's supposed to
He
go
was telling,
roundhouse head.
yeah.
Well, it is bright and squirrely in the morning, guys. We're going to have a beautiful day today. Uh, we've established that Dave's blessed for me, and I'm blessed for him, and we need Chris to have some blessings, and Jenny's extra blessed, and Lynn's extra blessed, and y'all are extra blessed for being able to get up and log in here and see us and spend some time with us this morning. I don't know if y'all are, but we definitely are. We love to see y'all in the morning, see y'all on here, and we hope we start your day off with a little bit of a smile anyway.
Yeah, and as we get ready to close, a shout out again to Why Not Mississippi. If you know somebody from there, tell them the Southern
Yes.
Fried Podcast gave them a shout out. Share the link with them, and why not? So we'll do another one Wednesday morning. Rob will be bringing that, and we'll celebrate another community. Have a great Monday. Be back
Yes.
with us tonight. I think at 7 p.m. we go live with Mama Said, and we'll kind of catch up on the news of the day and also do Mama Said. Be looking for some announcements about interview this week. There's going to be that we're excited about. Very big announcement, and some other
Yes.
things going on. So we have a great Monday. Thanks for
Love
being here.
y'all. God bless you. And we will see y'all here tonight at 7 p.m. Be here, be square.
Salute.
Salute.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show.